Hi there. Okay, share. We're gonna have.
Hello,
Hi there. How are you?
I'm well. Glad to be here again. I missed
Well,
Saturday. I was on set, but
oh, fantastic. What are you in?
I was doing another stromedy. I've done quite a few, probably about, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 now. Uh,
Of what?
it's called Stromedy
Oh,
Crew. It's on YouTube. It's a YouTube series that's really directed towards children.
oh
Oh,
my gosh,
cool.
that's fantastic. Good
Yeah,
for you. I'm going to
yeah
have
I'm
to
going to my very
send me the
first,
link. Send
pardon?
me the link.
Okay, yeah, I can do
And I'll
that.
be a fan.
I've done
That's
quite a few for them. But
that's
I'm really
fantastic.
excited about this week. I'm going to my very first, uh, I've lost my word, my
It's
first
okay.
premiere movie that I was in.
Your very first what?
Premiere, a premiere, and
Oh,
to have
wow,
a
premiere.
first
That's
showing of a
fantastic.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to keep having. I was just talking to that about that with someone. It's good to keep having new experiences. You've got to
Yes.
keep yourself fresh and all that. That's a good idea. That's a good
Thank
idea.
you.
So, but glad to see you. I keep trying to make this a little because I notice we've got, I have a few people that, you know, take my classes over and over, which I'm thrilled. So I try to put a little something fresh in each one and yet kind of keep it so that the newcomers can follow along. But I'm working at developing another class or two. So actually,
A refresher. I always pick up something that maybe I missed the last time. So
oh, well, thank you.
it's coming
Yeah,
every
it's well, a lot of this actually takes like a whole semester to a year to get all the little details. So there's always something. So I try to throw something out there without trying to get too pedantic or too, overly academic. But that's what's there. That's what is going on in the world. So it doesn't hurt to stretch the brain a little bit, um, in different ways. But
still
I'm
trying
working
to
on,
use it.
pardon, pardon.
I say I'm still trying to use my brain, let alone stretch it.
Well, there are some people out there that are still trying to find theirs. Never mind using it. Uh, I just, I came back from a cruise. I went on a cruise with my son down in Florida, and
Oh,
I
fun.
was not prepared. I was not prepared. I went on a cruise to Alaska, small ship, 47 people, several years ago, and that was where my mind was. And the small ship, which I highly recommend, it's hiking, kayaking, boating, zodiac boating, seeing whales and all that, was 47 people, not 4,700. This was the standard 3,000, people.
Oh,
And
gosh.
it's not my gig. I mean, I can take it to a certain point, but I'm not a heavy drinker. I don't gamble, so I didn't realize there was a casino. Talk about naive. Um, but it was a learning experience. And let's just say there's a number of people who are missing some self-awareness. Uh, Not everybody should wear a thong.
What?
Oh, Lord.
I know. I, I couldn't, I was like, oh my word, good heavens. So it's always, it's like, okay, to each their own and all that. But um
You get that
I
feeling in Walmart too.
well, yeah. Well, I've been in the medical field, as you know, so I've seen a lot. And I've seen enough skin. I really have seen enough skin. I don't, it's yeah, basting in the sun like that was not, I had to leave. I couldn't hang by the pool for too long. I was like, I'm going to say something. I better shut up. Get off the deck, just leave and just let people do their thing. But it was like, okay, this is just, and I will say, met some interesting people. There was one young man that I think I might do a little writing in my blog about, but unexpected, he had a heck of a voice, and he was not one of the performers. And some of the performers weren't. They needed a little help. I could tell. It's like, okay, we need some help. So, but you're not in Vegas. You are, there are uh, on a boat. But hey, they're there performing, so it's cool. Uh, what happened here? Is this okay? Got everybody? Okay, blocked off. So, I don't know if that's so anyway, but it was an interesting thing.
To say the least.
Yeah, I have to say like I said, I should have done a little more research. I was a little unprepared, but
You
you
could,
learn something every day. You learn
you
something
could have
every
worn a
day.
thong too if you'd have known.
I'll be No, I just like you because you never know who you're going to meet. And
That's
so
true.
you do want to, in my opinion, present yourself in the best possible light because you just don't know. I mean, I've heard of people who have met their future husbands, wives, all that. But how do you know that your employer isn't on that ship or potential
Wow.
employer? And you know, you have to watch where you, well, that's another discussion, but like I said, I worked in the. You just have to be careful about your tattoos, is all I'm going to say. Um, I worked in nursing homes and in a lockdown unit was a very nice older woman. Well, let's just say that she must have had an interesting previous life, and but that rose tattoo was not where she originally planted it. I'm quite sure, so.
Oh my
Things
goodness.
move. You've got to be aware. You have to be aware. Gravity is real.
Yes.
It just
Oh yeah.
That's a real thing. So it can have an effect. So anyway, I'm kind of come on, guys. Let's see if we can get. No, we still have time. We've got time. I don't want to start to write it, but it is something to keep in mind. I'm trying to let everybody talk. I think Robert. Okay. Robert, you've got two, I think two people here, Robert and JD Robert. So you've got two names. I hope both of you can talk. Um,
Well, you can call me Bob.
okay. Okay, real good. I think I've got everybody uh that can talk here, I think. Attendees, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's everybody there. So anyway, so yeah, so I hope everybody's weathered the weather.
We weathered the weather weatherly.
The weather, it has been interesting. It's been interesting. I mean, I'm up in Michigan and it was fine, cold, but okay until I was driving home from it was 2.5 hours away. And all of a sudden, I hit the dreaded wintry mix, which is
Ooh,
a combination of snow, rain, sleet. Yeah.
right.
It's one of those that, yeah, it was, you have to be, you have to learn how to drive in that. You have to be
Yes, you do.
you have to learn how to drive. Can't get too crazy. Have to be sensible. But
In Texas,
anyway,
I don't think they know how to drive on a wet road, much less a wintry mix.
yeah, it's probably a good observation. Yeah, it's you have to be careful. You really do because you're stopping, it takes you longer, and then it just yeah, it was a bit
And
interesting, but
other
made it
people
home
came.
okay, did it all right, and
Yes.
was just taking some donated dog food to my friend who has works in rescues and stuff. So, but I'm going to tell you, transferring 50-pound bags of dog food from one truck to another
That's a
was
chore.
yeah, I was a little tired today. I was a little tired. Like, okay, that was a lot of weightlifting. It's good to do.
I
You
used to
feel
have a
good to
feed
do
store.
it. Pardon?
I used to have a feed store.
Oh, okay. So you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do.
Yeah, and that with the feed store, you probably had horse feed and everything else.
I did.
Yeah,
Goats, horses, cows, dogs, cats, chickens, pigs.
cool. Yeah, no, I've done rescue. I think I've told you that. I've worked in bird rescue, parrots, parrot rescue, dog rescue, and horse rescue. And I went every Monday morning because nobody wanted the slot, but I was there at 8 a.m., which was an hour and 15 minutes away. Rain, snow, sleet, whatever. I was there feeding the horses, and they had 22 acres and about 70 plus critters,
Oh gosh.
including, yeah, it was a lot, including donkeys, which are fun, as you know. Uh,
Yes.
and they had, yeah, some horses were, they were blind. One had, one always made me nervous because it was a big 16 hand, beautiful horse, but it had that wobblers thing. So, and a neurological condition, it could have keeled over at any time. So you
Have
just,
you ever met a equine massage therapist?
yes. And there's some that do, was it pulse magnetic therapy?
Yes.
And so, yeah, I even, yeah, bet that. And there's even um, chiropractors that work on horses and dogs. I mean,
Yes.
it's fascinating. The one fascinating, really interesting thing that not too many people have seen, I got to see it, was a horse dentist.
I've seen a horse dentist.
Isn't that amazing? The
Not because my
apparatus,
teeth are big.
pardon?
Not because my teeth are big,
Oh no.
but because my
But
horse had to have her teeth floated.
yeah, and it's that apparatus is amazing.
It is.
It's amazing. And it was the tiny little woman that was doing it, a little vet that was doing it. It was really fascinating. Uh, and she was, yeah, it was cool. Big metal thing they stick in there. And yeah,
Oh
it
yeah,
was something else. So yeah, you learn a lot from doing some of those things, from having some
definitely.
different experiences and stuff. And like my friend out in Howell, she raises chickens. They're so darn cute. But she lets them, they're free range. I mean, they really are running around, like pull in the yard, don't run over the chickens. Um,
We have some here.
yeah, I know, periodic, I'm sitting there talking, all of a sudden she spins around, not the chicken, my friend, um, and starts running, and it's a Cooper's hawk. She was chasing away a Cooper hawk.
Oh,
So, good eyeballs there, good, reflexes, and she noticed him and was like, "Okay, got to chase him away," because they're kind of belligerent. They're really, and I
yes.
like birds, but they really some you chase them away. Red tail you can chase away, but some of those they just circle the barn and come back. They're real stinkers. So anyway, we're getting close here. So hope to have. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm trying to just get everybody clocked in here, allowing to talk and so this is going to be a little bit, hopefully a little bit more involved here. So, all right, I'm just going to start maybe a minute or so early, but I don't want to. They like me to start right on time. Try to do it right on time. I think I'm okay. 11. Yeah, I think we're all right. Okay, we're on time. So if there's more joining, I will try to check in and allow to talk, click you everyone in as I can. But anyway, welcome to this. My name's Corinne Barringer, and I run this little company called Barringer Consultants. And I've got just a little background. For those of you who don't know me, I've been trained as a speech therapist, and I worked in the medical field for a lot of times, but I also have a background in theater. So I've been on the stage in front of the camera and done makeup, sewing, costumes, the whole thing. So, but this is me. So I do um, professional media communication, visual and vocal image consulting. So I don't know if everybody is aware of what a vocal image is, but we will try to, whoops, we've got more participants. Let me just see if I can allow to talk. So I'm always very, try to be very careful about and training my clients on how to take care of their voice because if you don't, things can happen and some things are irreversible. So we want to make sure we take care. Well, anyway, uh, I do visual and vocal image coaching. I've been around for quite a while, so I've seen a lot, a lot of different things. And so if you have any questions during this or you have some concerns, please let me know or at least email me or um, text me later. But here, what we are, the class today is next steps in speaking skills. So this is one step beyond the articulation, the intro to articulation and pronunciation. This is going to be a little bit further beyond, and we will cover some of the skills that we covered in the first class, but this is going to be a little bit different. So, and we're going to cover some of that anyway. But this is important. The image you present to the world, and as we were talking about my crazy vacay that I had there on the cruise ship, the image you present to the world is an extension of what you perceive yourself to be. So this makes a big difference even in how you dress and how you walk and talk. So posture is important. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And so yeah, what do you perceive yourself to be? So here we go. Overview. We're going to talk a little bit about diaphragmatic breathing because I've noticed, I don't know if anybody else talks about it. We're going to talk a little bit about anatomy, your articulators, and I've got some schematic drawings, and you should have a handout. If you don't have a handout, I can provide that for you, or Justin can provide it for you. I've got it updated. I kind of mix things up a little bit, but let me know. Introduction to the International Phonetic Alphabet. There's no test. You don't have to memorize it, but it would be helpful for you. Let's just say it would behoove you to know a little bit as you go along. Consonant cognates and voicing, what that means. Then I've got some drills, speech practices. There'll be some Q&A, and this is going to be interactive. Yes. Somebody want to say something? Oh, okay. This is just sort of a rhetorical question, but something to seriously think about. How would speaking clearly help you as an actor? And think about the ways it could improve, improving your speech would help in your day job or your career moves or something like that. It really will help. So this is not just, don't think of it as just for acting only. This can help for a lot of different reasons. So, and just as for you, how do you think this could really help you to start speaking clearly? What do you think that could do for you? And then, I mean, you don't have to answer now, but just think about it here. Okay. I want to jump in because there's a lot of material. Diaphragmatic breathing. Has anybody ever taught that to you at any point? Do you know what it is?
I have. I've been through speech or vocal therapy, and they had me doing that.
Okay. Okay. So you have some experience. Okay. There's a lot of different. Anybody else? Have you heard about it?
I have me.
Maybe you heard about it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Mainly singers use this or professional speakers, but a lot of singers, a lot of actors. It's one of the best ways to project your voice without shouting. Okay, so it's a breath support. And like I said, I'm all about saving your vocal cords. They're little tiny muscles in your throat there. They're very like a half-inch long. And they work very hard all day long when you're talking. And if you work them too hard, they can have some damage happen to them. But the diaphragmatic breathing, and there's different ways to breathe. I mean, the more there's, um, I think Pilates has a way where you flare your ribs. I've tried that, and it's kind of interesting. You can do that. Ballerinas, for example, ballet dancers have a certain way to breathe because they have to maintain a very slim line. And so they have a, they're athletes. They're really working hard. So they have to maintain that slim line. So they have a certain way to breathe. Um, Zen meditation has another way to breathe. There's different ways to breathe. So it's not just the standard way we breathe is just thoracic. We breathe through the chest. If you take a deep breath now, you're just going to probably do it through your chest. You're just going to take it. I mean, it works. We've been doing this for a while. We're all here, so it does work. But what diaphragmatic breathing does is it's an increased breath support for your speech and your voice. So you get it if you're a singer, but I just think, and I'm going to do a whole class on the actor's voice in a month or so. But you want to be able to project without damaging your voice. You want to be able to control how you speak, how loudly you speak, and this will definitely help you. And you want to keep your voice healthy and strong, no matter, as you grow older, hopefully everybody grows older. I had a patient who was 92, and yeah, we want to get there, we want to get there. Was 92, and a lot of people, when they get older, they start creaking. We don't want to do that. He was living proof that that doesn't happen. He sounded like Frank Sinatra. He was amazing, but it's just proof that if you work your voice and keep it going, you're not going to get to that creaky sound. So here we go. This is just the respiratory system. You don't have to memorize everything, but it lets you know, because what I want you to take a look at are a couple of things. Mainly this muscle, this is the diaphragm muscle. It's kind of a dome shaped. And when you take a breath, there's both lungs there. And if you notice these little things called alveoli, they're little sacs. So the lungs are kind of little paper thin. They're really messy. So they're really kind of fragile. So if you, that's why you don't want to aspirate food into your lungs, because that can lead to a very bad infection. And yeah, it doesn't, if a little water gets in there, it's no problem. A lot of water is called drowning. But this is the muscle that we want to think about. Pardon? Yeah, so we want to think about this muscle. What happens when you do the regular chest breathing, thoracic breathing, you're using the top half, this kind of, and your chest goes up. Take a deep breath, you can feel your chest go up. But if you really deep, pull it down deep into your lungs, and you can see some like opera singers do this really well, this muscle goes down, it pulls the lungs down, and you get even more air. You get even more access. And now more oxygen in the lungs means you're getting more oxygen throughout your body, in particular your brain, which is always very helpful to have oxygen in the brain. But this way, and let's see, what's my next slide? Okay, but just a real quick, why do you care about it? Because I'll just demonstrate a little bit. If I wanted to shout and reach the audience at the back of the room and shout like this, you can hear the quality of my voice is kind of not there. And but if I use my diaphragm and really fill my lungs and then use my diaphragm to project, I can start talking louder, and my quality of voice is different, and I can talk like this for a long time without damaging my voice. So this is why you want to learn how to do that.
That's incredible.
It makes a difference. It seriously makes a difference. So you want to, okay, come on,
And you're be able to sustain the vocals for an
Exactly.
extended period of time without taking a breath to get a paragraph out instead of just a sentence.
Exactly. And it does take some time. Now, I would just highly recommend, for right now, I will just recommend, because we don't have a lot of time to go into it too much here, but In future, I definitely will be doing this class, or if you want some more of this, but you want to project your voice from the diaphragm. A lot of teachers, if you're a teacher, you do instruction or you do a sales presentation, and you want to be able to project, keep your voice going, and keep that energy without damaging your vocal cords. Because if you slam them together too much, especially high pitched loud, you will get lumps and bumps. And there's only so many surgeries that work. There's phonosurgery. They can take them off. They can make a difference. But you can't have 200 phonosurgeries. You know what I mean? And a number of singers have had because they're high pitched loud sopranos, and they run the risk. And teachers often have problems with their voice, and I've worked with several to just teach that breathing method. And it's there's a number of instructions, video instructions online. So if you're curious about that, take a look and see what you think. And I'm even doing some other ones where it's deep breathing and you sort of hold your breath for 15 seconds, but you're doing this deep breathing and then you hold your breath, which I can do for a minute and a half on empty lungs, which is an interesting,
Oh,
yeah, so your lungs are empty, like there's no air, and you hold it for a minute. The real experts can get up to 3 minutes. My goal is just two. I'm up to maybe 2.5 would be fun, but two is my goal. So right now I'm at a minute and a half. So I'm doing pretty good. Anyway, different ways to breathe. So let's get on to the articulation. The way in which you pronounce words or produce sounds. Okay, this is the articulation. And so how do you do it? With these articulators of the vocal tract. Okay, so here's the basic anatomy. And this is a little bit more, I've got a schematic on it, but I think I've got it down the road here a little bit. But this is what I want you to pay attention to, because what I invite you to pay attention to, these little holes in your head, we all have them, sinuses, whether it's the nasal cavity, up through here, paranasal sinuses, that means above the nasal. These actually, this is where the air goes in, and it's the thickness of the bone and the configuration of these sinuses gives you your resonance. So some people have a very resonant voice and they've got a really nice, James Earl Jones kind of thing going on. A lot of it has to do with the construction of how thick your skull is. So you have no control over that, right? What these cavities look like. You have no control. But you can make your voice, by working it, you can make it a little bit more attractive. If you have a really nasal voice, we can fix it. If you have a really harsh voice, we can fix that. So, and this is your tongue. It's an absolutely amazing muscle. It's the only one in the body that's like an octopus. It can just squiggle around, right? It doesn't have to pull a bone. It is attached to your mandible, and then there's a hyoid here, hyoid bone. But the tongue can move around, and what you're looking at for the articulators is the lips. These you can move. The teeth are immovable articulators, but for some people they might be movable, removable. Um, and there's the palate, the hard palate, and then it goes down to the soft palate and velum down here. Now, when you take a breath, it goes through your nose or through your mouth, depending, and down through and then into your lungs, but into the trachea. Okay. Now, this is where your vocal cords are, right here. This is where your vocal cords, they're little half-inch muscles. They work very hard. This is the epiglottis. Now, when you swallow, the epiglottis automatically closes to protect the airway. So this is your esophagus. This is where the food goes. It's kind of like, why do we put it this way? Well, it's very interesting. There are some critters, some animals that still can breathe, chew, and swallow all at the same time. We gave that up. They can stick their head in a carcass and chew and swallow and growl, and they can still breathe. We gave that up and traded it for the ability to talk, which I think was a decent trade. But this is why you have to be careful about chewing and swallowing, and your mother was always right. Uh, you don't want to talk and swallow and chew and all of that at the same time because then the food can accidentally go down the wrong, down your airway. This is very painful, very uncomfortable, and it can be actually can be fatal. So you've got to be careful. You want to chew, swallow, besides talking with your mouth full is terribly unattractive. You don't want to do that unless it's called for in the script. So be careful. But we're going to be talking about the lips, the tongue as articulators. The jaw is also movable. I'll talk a little bit about that. And like I said, this esophagus is kind of like a blood vessel without any blood in it. It's just a muscle that can really expand. And these little square things are obviously bones. That's your spinal column. And for some people, if they get arthritis or something in the spinal column, it can kind of push on the throat. So something to think about. And we're not going to get into all the cricoid cartilages and all that stuff. There's no test. You all pass. But here we go. You have control over the velum or the soft palate, your jaw, your tongue, your lips, and your pharyngeal walls. Pharyngeal walls are back in here, okay? The oral pharynx. And you have control over that. So you can, this pharyngeal walls takes a little bit of work, a little bit of awareness. It's not exactly, super easy, but it's definitely something you can think about when you're doing the articulation. And what I instruct most of the people here is that we really want to start moving the mouth more. So this is a schematic. It's a little bit easier to see because what we're going to be talking about is the back of the tongue, the mid of the tongue, and the tip of the tongue. This is the alveolar ridge. This becomes important. It's right behind your front teeth, right here. And that comes in for certain consonants, and where you put the tongue is important for certain vowels. Okay. So here, if I'm going too fast or you want to reprise, just let me know. So the IPA is the International Phonetic Alphabet. We're just going to focus on English only sounds. If you look on it here online, you can see there's a whole bunch of things. We're just interested in this one and this one. There are clicks and whistles and all sorts of other manners of speech sounds that work for other languages. We're not really interested in that right now. That's a whole other discussion. So anyway, what I do want to address a little bit, because we did more of the consonants at the last session, this is the vowel quadrilateral. Okay, this is the vowel chart. And this is going to be, okay, there's front vowels, central vowels, back vowels. These are where the sound in your mouth. This is supposed to be a representation, rough one, but it's a quadrilateral of the interior of your oral space of your mouth. Okay, so you can see they're talking about a close vowel. This little I is pronounced E. These are representations of sound, not spelling. Okay, so this is an E sound. So if you say it, you can feel the tongue is up, E, and it's in the front. It's in the front. Central is I, back is that ooh, like cup, okay. Okay, here's this one. Here it is, schwa, the upside down E. That's the neutral. So if you say like we say that sound is a schwa, and that's considered in the middle of your mouth and is considered neutral. Okay. So, for example, this AE linked together. That's like cat, ah. Now you can figure your mouth is more open when you say ah. You probably never thought about when you're saying E, your mouth is more closed. It's a little more open. And then it's more open. This is like father, like father, which we didn't even get into in the British accent, which we did the other day. That's a tough one for the Brits and for us to learn the British accent. But anyway, aw, oh, I mean, Okay, these are, and you know what? When you go on, and I've got the resources, I've got the link at the bottom at the one of the charts down here that you can go online and you can actually hear. It's because the phonetic, they have the sounds. It's recorded, so you can play it and you can hear it, which is really cool. So that you don't just have to rely on memory or what I say. You can go hear it yourself and done a different way. David, did you? I'm linking here. There we go. Is there somebody had their hand up? Is it a David?
Hello?
Okay, it's just yeah. I've
Yeah,
got a hand up on David. Did you have a question? I'm not real good at this. I'm
yeah,
kind of learning, but oh, go ahead.
yeah. So I'm not too good with the Zoom. So that kind of like letters, or let's say shapes, can they be used, for example, in a script to tell us how to pronunciate some specific thing, or they're...
Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
So if
So
you
should we
can learn
memorize
it,
them?
you know what I would it would help if you did.
Okay.
The more professional actors, when they really get up into the higher levels, if they're really, especially if they're doing Shakespeare or something of that nature and they're really on stage, they do have to do this because it does help if you have an accent, if you have to learn an accent, and you can then transcribe it. Now, that takes some work. I would just start with, one or two that would help you out. Now, these are just the vowels. The consonants are a little bit easier. So if we went back to, let's see if I can drag this back here a little bit. Here, this area here, if you can do, for example, if you wanted to make sure it was like this symbol means ing, and with an ing like here, ing, it's a nasar, it's velar, tells you what to do, how to make it, the THs. So for now, okay, I'll just jump here. See the T and the D? Those two
Yeah.
sounds, those are both made. If you stop and think about it, if you say to and dog, where's your tongue? It's on
Yes,
the
sir.
alveolar ridge. The
Right.
difference is the T is unvoiced and D is voiced. All the vowels are voiced, which means you're going to get vibrations in your vocal cords. You're going to go A, I, O, U. We all know what a vowel is, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, and if you don't, it's okay. They stopped teaching some of this stuff in school, so it's not your fault. But and if you have a question about it, please feel free. We're among friends here. So
Mm-hmm.
the P and the B are also cognates. So like if you say puppy, you're not going to get a vibration until you get to the vowel
Puppy.
puppy, which is like over here, back. It's in the back
Uh,
of the throat. And baby, b, you're getting
babe.
that b. You're already with the B, you're making a sound. You can feel it in your throat. It's already
Baby.
vibrating. So
Right.
they're both
Wow.
made at the same place. Both lips have to be closed together to make the P or the B sound, but one
Mm-hmm.
is voiced and one is unvoiced. Okay? So if you can just
Mm-hmm.
start learning a few of these. And for example, the little I that means E is a good one to start with because there's a lot of accents that English is the only one I'm going to accents because everybody else asks me about it. English has the short I, and not everybody has it. So when non-native speakers see that I spelling, in a word, they're going to use their sounds. They're going to plug it in, and it's going to be, hence, I'll just use my standard example for fish dinner. Fish, that dinner, it's short. You might hear fish dinner, okay? And that's why they're plugging in. All right, we can giggle here. It's okay. Um, and then, for example, here, THs, one is voiced, one is unvoiced. These little symbols here are for this, that, and think. You know, it's just, but that's the only time the tongue comes between the teeth, by the way. Don't
Mm-hmm.
do it for an L. Keep your L behind your teeth. Much more attractive. It's a liquid, so keep it behind the teeth. Now we're going off into a little, but that's okay. This is supposed to have some
Is there a
wiggle
way
room.
to get a copy of that?
Oh, this is online.
Okay.
International Phonetic Alphabet. Look online. I've got some other links in later on here, but it's online, and there is a section where that will actually give you the sounds so you can hear it. which is very cool. Very cool. So this is just kind of an awareness that a lot of people never even thought about this before. For example, like the S and the Z. Um, if you see the word IS, how do you pronounce it?
Yes.
How do you
Is
pronounce it?
I
Is.
or
S.
is.
You pronounce it is. You pronounce it like a Z, even though it's spelled with an S. Okay? You say is. So this is where the sounds are different than the spelling. You know, you just think, oh, that's like, no, it's IS is the spelling, but it would be a capital type I and the Z for the actual phonetic transcription. Okay? But the short I, that little I with the dot on top, right over here, that makes the sound of E. All right. So this is where
Okay.
some of these things get, yeah, it gets kind of fun, gets kind of fun, gets kind of challenging. But this is just kind of a survey, just an overview. So I'm going to give you, and I didn't have this, but I'm going to just thinking about vocal energy. Okay, where's the energy? So when you're thinking about the front of the mouth, say the words Wendy Bailey.
Wendy Bailey.
Wendy
Bailey.
Bailey.
That's putting the voice toward the front of the mouth. Cecilia's brilliant azaleas.
Cecilia's brilliant azaleas.
Azaleas. You feel that everything is toward the front of the mouth. Okay. Now in the middle of the mouth, Sharon Chin.
Sharon
Sharon Chin.
Okay.
Aaron.
Or Sotheby's Dutch teacup.
Sotheby's Dutch teacup.
That's in the middle of the mouth. Now toward the rear, Gregory Gray.
Gregory Gray.
Gregory Gray.
Clay is a
Gregory
pack.
Gray.
Yeah, Clay is a pack rat.
Clay
Clay
pack
is a
rat.
pack rat.
Clay is
Do
a
you feel
Clay
pack
is a pack rat.
Do you feel the difference in the energy? Can you feel it?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can feel so
Yeah.
you can place your voice. Americans, we tend to have all of our energy. We tend to speak in the mask, okay, in the front. In fact, I was telling someone about the difference with the Indian, the East Indian dialect and a lot of their languages, um, because they talk like this. They do not touch you with their breath, so they hold the breath back, and that gives them that particular resonance. Because of the caste system, the origination of all that, they didn't touch you. So they hold the breath back like this. And that's why they have that. In Americans, we practically spit on you when we talk. You know, it's like, yeah, but it's kind of interesting when you hold it back. That's what they're doing. They're not touching you with their breath. Okay. So, but Americans, but this is where you have to start figuring out, and they don't do this a lot with speakers. They do it with the singers, and I always think this is kind of something you need to know where to put the energy, where it is, and to be actually just to feel it, to say, okay, that's what's going on, and to get the difference between the front of your mouth, the middle, and the back, because sometimes you might want to do that for a language or a character you're developing. And you might think, you know what? I think if I said the script back further here, it might be a little bit more interesting, and that has to do with curling the tongue back and where you put your energy in your mouth. Okay, just to do a little quick, as we did a little bit here, consonant cognates, just to touch on this a little bit. How are we doing on time? Great. The P and the B, voiced and unvoiced. Z and S, again, these are all the voiced. V and F, they're in the same place. When you say F, very, or fairy, it's v, but the teeth are on top of the lip or close to it. The P and the B, that's both the lips are closed. The S and the Z, the air comes between the teeth, right, or around it. The G and the K, go and cake, it's in the back. And the D and the T, as I mentioned before, that's the front of the mouth, and it's the tongue is on the alveolar ridge. You want to try that? Anybody? Yeah, give it a second. See if you can try that and feel it. The Go right ahead.
V,
Yeah, there you go.
G, K, D,
Right.
G.
You know, go, Gary, you know. Now G is a different, you know, you can have if you go back to Sesame Street, G, George, you know, G for Gomer, whatever, gopher. There's two kinds of G's, okay? But we're talking about spelling. But this is the G sound. This is in the back. This is the sound, not the spelling of the word. And K is right in the back. Cake.
K.
And,
Duh.
and then the duh, you can feel it, duh and tuh. I'll just give you some. This is real tricky now. This is kind of advanced, but I'll let you know a little. How do you say the word try?
Try.
Try.
Oh, try.
Try. There's no ch in it. You just said a ch.
Try.
I did.
We all do. No, we all do. But it's just something to
Try.
be aware of. We say try, and it actually technically should be try.
Try.
Pray,
Not
tree.
try.
It's not easy to switch to do that, but I'm just
Boy, it's
letting you know.
not.
It's not. And we're all like, you know, it's that CH is, we're just, you know, everybody does it. It's not that it's wrong, it's just a dialect variation. Okay. But that's, I don't usually, I only mention this to actors.
Try.
The same way I only mention when you're doing a
Try.
try. It's not easy. You have to, I would record yourself, play it back, you know, but it's try, try, tray, tree.
Gray.
The tongue is on the alveolar ridge, and then you go to the R, which is with back in the mouth.
Right.
And then the other
True.
challenging one that I don't tell to like business people because it's just not effective. It doesn't make sense for them, but for the average speaker. But as an actor, I like to mention this. Whether you do it or not is totally up to you. But if you have what, where, why, when, it's WH, right? How do you say WHAT?
What?
What? What is a light bulb? WH should be you having a little puff of air. What? Where?
What?
Why? When?
What?
A little, not a lot.
Where?
Now, if you're Scots and you want to do a Scots accent, then you have to do the what, where, why, when. You know, it's real hard.
Yeah.
And you also, yeah, I'm going to do a Scots because people need to learn how to trill their R's. But if this is just for actors, something to keep in your hip pocket, think about, see if you want to do it or not. But it is technically what, where, why, when. Just a little puff of air, a little whoop, you know, which is kind of fun. So what I'm going to have everybody do, because that was kind of a lot of material. Any questions on any of that? Do you want me to review it? Do anything? Has anybody ever tried doing the diaphragmatic breathing? Or you? I would give it a shot. Go on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then I will say, I'll give myself a little plug here. I have an ebook. It's free, and it goes into the exercise on how to do the diaphragmatic breathing. So if anybody is interested,
I am.
yeah, send me your text me, send me your email, and I will send it to you. It's a freebie, and it has a number of other things in there on how to maintain your dynamic voice and some other little tidbits of info. And so anyway, great. So it has more of the exercises, and then of course you can go online and see the videos. Some are better than others, so if you don't like it, try another one. Some teachers are better than others, as with everything. Okay, drills and warm-ups. Now these are fun. These are fun. So what you have to do with this, what I strongly suggest, you're adults, you don't have to do anything, but you know, I can't make you. Reach over there. But I would strongly suggest that when you practice, you're using good posture. It makes a big difference in how you inhale, exhale for your oxygen and all that good stuff. Breathing makes a big difference. But also, it gives you a better, you know, your posture is important on how you present yourself on stage or in front of the camera. It also just feels good. So when you're doing this, Don't just go my, ni, lie, me, ni, li, va, di, za. This is not what it's about. We're going to over articulate. You're going to move the mouth harder and stronger than you have. So, for example, say nice breath, sit up straight. My, nigh, lie. Now the N and the L, that tongue is on the alveolar ridge. Okay? My, nigh, lie, vi.
My,
And,
nigh,
and you
lie.
can go vi, thigh, zi, or vi, thy, zi. I don't care. Then on the
Lie.
then it's
I,
mo,
I.
no, low. And what I would suggest is hold the vowel. Don't go mo, no, low. Mo, no, low. If you have to take a little breath in between each syllable, that's fine. And then it's vo, tho, zo. And you're going to really move the mouth. I don't know if you can. Yeah. Where did I? Here we go.
No.
Here's me. Okay. So you would do really, let's see if I can do this, get my little face here. Just, uh, my, nigh, lie. Get that tongue up there. Open the mouth. You're not going to speak like this in normal conversation. You're not going to go into the grocery store and ask for a banana. You're not going to. At least I hope you don't. If you do, don't mention my name. Don't ask for a banana. You don't have to just, you got to have a little fun here. But when you practice this, do this every day. It makes a big difference. If you can do this every day, and then I don't care if you go inside out, upside down, in a row, back, all of this stuff. Now, who wants to give it a shot?
I will.
Okay, Tracy, go right ahead.
My, nigh, lie, vi, thigh, zi,
Okay.
mo, no, low.
Okay, I want you to hold that O a little longer.
Okay.
Mo, no, low. And really get
Mo,
the
no, low,
better.
vo,
Good,
tho, zo,
good.
ma, na,
Ma, na, la.
Okay.
Let that voice out.
na, la,
There you go.
va, tha, za.
Yeah, okay. And I want you to, but when you're doing it, that's good. When you're doing it, though, I want you to hold that vowel a little bit longer. We're used to
Okay.
cutting it off, but I want you to get used to moving your mouth. And you should be a little fatigued by the time you're doing some of these, okay? So it would be
Okay.
mo, no, low, and then maybe take a breath. Vo, tho, zo. You're not trying to get through them like manala, I'm done. This is
Okay.
not what this is about. It's, or you can go my, mo, ma, lie, lo, la. If that works for you better, do it down,
Okay.
do the M's and the N's and the L's. Just do them all together like that. This is kind of where you can mix it up and have a little fun, so it's not quite so, boring. And then vi, vo, va. Pretend you're reading Shakespeare. Have some fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, have some fun with it. Just, and then many people just do it in the car. So they don't drive their families nuts. But anyone else? Who else wants to try?
I'll do it.
Okay, great.
Me, knee, lee, vi, thigh, zi, mo, no, low,
Okay.
tho, tho, zo, ma, na, la, va, tha, za.
Okay, pretty good. Now, I'm just going to point out one thing. You can either do me, knee, lee, or you can do my, nigh, lie. Okay, you can do them both ways. It's okay. But just remember to don't cut it off. Don't say, like at the end, you're probably getting tired. Va, va, za. No. Va, va, za. Hold your voice, hold it open. Get that mouth open because we're so used to keeping our mouth closed. But when you are speaking on stage in front of a camera, you really want, There's a reason for it. If you notice, singers open their mouths very wide when they're singing.
Yes.
Have you noticed that?
Oh,
They
yes.
get, because when they do that, they get 6 dB more pressure level. They get 6 decibels louder just
Wow.
by opening the mouth without
Wow.
trying to project any louder. So this is something you might want to keep in the back of your mind. If you just open your mouth more, you are going to be louder without actually straining your voice.
That's good
Something,
information.
yeah,
It's
something to
just-
think about. It's, yeah, they get 6 dB more. So that's why they do it. And aside from, the microphones and all that, but sometimes the microphones fail, so you might, or you still need to, need to project. So it helps. And ma, na, la, and then va, va, za. Hold it. It just this is for you. It just
Like a
this is for you
megaphone.
and have some
It's a
fun. Yeah, have some
megaphone
fun.
effect.
Anyone else want to try?
I'll try.
Okay, go ahead. We've got a Nicole here. Okay.
Sure. I'm gonna go downwards.
Okay. Whoopsies!
My,
I just bumped it. I'm sorry, me. I bump it. Okay. Go ahead.
my, mo, ma, nai, no, na, lie, lo, la,
Good. Good.
vi,
Yeah.
vo, va,
Right.
thy, tho, tha, zai, zo, za.
Well, you're really who's this?
Nicole.
Nicole, you're really
Yes.
hitting those consonants. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. You're hitting the consonants hard. That's what you need to do is like my, mo. You're really moving the mouth.
Mm.
Very good. Okay. Anyone else want to try? You notice I said try and not
Yeah,
try.
I'll try.
Okay.
My, nigh, lie, thy, thy.
Okay, slow down. Slow down, kiddo. Slow down. Take a breath.
My, nigh,
Nigh.
lie, thy,
There you go.
thy, thy.
That's it. Just
Mo.
slow it down.
No, lo,
Okay, I want you to do
mo.
that one again, but I want you to hold it. Mo. No, I want you to really move the mouth in that O
Mo,
sound. Mo. No.
mo, no, lo,
Better. That's better.
vo, tho,
So.
zo.
Zo. Good. Okay.
M-
Well, yeah, that's good. You want to do one more line? Go right ahead.
My, nigh, lie, thy, thy, thy.
Okay. Okay. And we've got Bob. Want to try one?
Yes.
Okay.
Mo, no, lo,
Okay. Good.
though,
Okay.
though.
Good. All right. Good. 'Cause I've got another one here. Actually, I've got a couple more. So I wanted to get
Ooh.
I like
these
the-
are trickier ones. These are trickier
Red
ones.
leather, yellow
And
leather.
Animal.
pardon?
Oh, I was just reading. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's okay. There's some other trickier ones that I've got to do too. So this one is red leather, yellow leather. And when you do that, you really want to move your cheek muscles.
Leather.
Red
Yellow.
leather, yellow leather.
Yellow.
And then it's minimal animal. And I want the L right behind the teeth. I don't want a snake L where everybody kind of minimal, or I love that. I like it. And the tongue comes, I've seen it even on television and broadcasters. And the tongue comes between the teeth. It does not come between the teeth. Keep the L in your mouth. Keep it the hell in your mouth. The TH is the only sound that goes where the tongue comes between the teeth. So it's red leather, yellow leather, minimal animal, minimal animal.
Animal. Animal.
Good blood, bad blood.
Good. And then the terrorizing one.
11 benevolent elephant.
Benevolent elephants.
Yes, this one
Evelyn.
fools a lot of people.
11 benevolent.
11
elephants.
benevolent
11
elephants.
An elephant.
11 benevolent elephants.
Benevolent. Good. Good. That's good. Because,
Benevolent and
An elephant.
wait a minute. Who said that last?
11.
I did.
Hey, repeat it again.
11 benevolent elephants.
Good. Okay, good. It's tricky because a number of people get caught up, and I don't want you to do these things fast. These are meant to move your mouth. You know, they're tongue twisters, but don't get hung up on going red leather, yellow leather. That's not what we're here for. But a number of people will say 11 benevolent.
Oh,
I can't say it. Benevolent.
relevant.
Benevolent.
Benevolent. Yeah, they kind of throw in an L, benevolent or something. So it's the 11 benevolent elephants. And the bene means good. So you want us to keep that one, okay? So this one's tricky, but it's kind of fun. Then I wanted to get to, these are tongue twisters. This one's a little more advanced.
Covers me.
This one's, yeah. So this one's a little, we haven't done this one before.
Unconquerable.
This one is out of a script. This one's a part of a script. And this one's kind of a tongue twister here. Can you imagine an imaginary manager imagining an imaginary menagerie?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hard, man.
And then
Can you
the
imagine?
second one is out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. And what you want to do is whatever, I want the what, but these are ones, and I think I've got it in your handouts. I think I did that. Did I put that in your handout? And I did the rest.
I didn't see that.
Okay.
It's in there. It's on the
Is
last
it in
page.
there? Is it in
Is
there?
it?
I can't remember.
Page 5.
Okay.
I may or may not, because I was kind of fiddling around with things. But I can send it to you if you want it. But who wants to try the tongue twister at the top?
I'll try it.
Okay.
Can you imagine an imaginary manager imagining an imaginary what's that last word?
Menagerie.
Menagerie?
Yes. Do
Menagerie.
you know what it is?
No.
It's like a zoo.
Oh.
And what I would suggest, anytime if you're doing a script and you come across a word that you do not know, look it up. You know, just take the time to look it up. It will improve your vocabulary because the English language has, at last count, which was a couple of years ago, over 1 million words.
Wow.
So even if you do, you know, they have the standard word a day. If you did the word a day, that would still take you a really long time to get through. Yeah. You want to
I'm
try?
looking at my handout, and I didn't get a 5-page. I got 2.5.
Send me a picture of
Okay. Contact me and I'll send you what I've got. Okay, I'll send it updated and hopefully it'll have this on there. I've
Thank
kind
you.
of fiddled with a few things, so
Maybe
all right.
Justin
Anyone
can
want-
Yeah,
resend.
yeah, I'll try.
okay, which one? You've got a
Um,
choice. You can do the ones from this group, or you can do the ones from this group, whichever one you want.
I'll try this one. This
Okay.
one. This okay.
Okay.
Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul.
Unconquerable.
Oh, unconquerable soul.
Right. So
Unconquerable soul.
unconquerable.
Unconquerable soul.
That's better. That's better. So when you're doing something, this is a poem, but it's from a pretty well-known script. But anyway, out of the night. So when you're doing it, I want the T's. So you're not going out of the night that covers me, you know, black as a pit. No, out of the night that covers me. I want you to get to the S. I want you to get to the T. Black as a pit, and watch that B and the L. Black as a pit from pole to pole. We're not trying to get through this fast. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. We want to get a little bit of feeling in there at the same time. So try it again.
Mhm.
Try it again. It's good. Slow it down. Go ahead. Where do you go, Ken?
Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods may be for my uncomfortable soul.
Yeah, that's better when you slow it down. You see?
Mhm.
That sounds better. That's good. Who else wants? Okay.
I'll
Who else?
try.
Okay. I'm okay. whoever said, was it Leslie?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
okay,
We have
Leslie,
two
and
Leslie.
then who else? Oh, no,
I'll
Tracy
second.
Leslie's here.
it's
Me,
my fault because I can't keep,
me.
I'm learning
Leslie,
how to
Uh,
do
the
this.
other Leslie.
And then, there's wait a
Ah.
minute, somebody come on and I did not, hold on.
I
All right, can
did.
I try as well?
Go next.
Okay, we will get I've got Nicole and Robert raise their hands, and do I have some people here who, I want to make sure everybody's getting a chance. Okay, we got three. Okay, I got three people, or four people. Okay, let's just
Okay.
try,
Let's get this on.
Tracy, let me try you, and then we've got Nicole. Okay, so Tracy and Nicole.
Okay. Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul.
Good, good.
Mhm.
Now the thing, if you do not know how to pronounce a word, they have this online pronouncing dictionary is fabulous.
Oh.
Yeah, it's online. You just, and it will tell you how to pronounce the word. So you don't have to struggle anymore. There was a paperback copy I used to have, but now it's online. So, it's a lot easier this way. All right. And then I think there was, who else wanted to
Oh,
do it? It was
I'll
Nicole.
try. Yes.
I've got
Okay.
Nicole with a hand out. I'm trying to learn how to do these things. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Okay.
Imagine.
Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul.
Good. Okay. How does that feel when you slow it down and you're really moving the mouth?
It makes me think of what you have to do when you sing.
Yes, exactly.
You have to have a stream of air going through the phrase, but still hold the
Are you a
enunciate.
singer?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you should know. Good. All right. That's a good comparison there. I like that. Anybody else want to try? And you can try one of these. You can try this one or one of these, whichever
You
one.
out of
Tell
the
me which
night.
one you want. Leslie? Okay. Where do you want to go?
Red leather, yellow leather.
Okay. Whoopsies, whoopsies. There we go. That's a technical term.
Oh, right. Red leather, yellow leather, minimal animal, minimal animal.
Good.
Good blood, bad blood. 11 benevolent elephants.
Good. That was good. Try that 11 benevolent elephants again.
11 benevolent.
Benevolent. Nope.
11 benevolent.
No, not Benel. Not Benel. Read the word. Benevolent. Benevolent.
Benevolent
There you
elephant.
go.
Thank you.
These are tricky. And thank you for those who volunteered to do this because I've taken a chance and all that. But this is good. This is why if you're going to make a mistake, this is the place to do it, right? If you're gonna trip over the words, this is what it's for. This is what what I kind of structure it for, so that you've got a little bit of okay. Anyone else?
I'll give it a shot.
Me.
Okay, Derek, good. Which one do you want? This one or do you want the?
This one.
Okay.
Red leather, yellow leather, minimal animal, good blood, bad blood, 11 benevolent elephants.
That's one way to do it. Okay. Now I want you to do this again, but I want a little bit more energy. Red leather, yellow leather. Let's step up the pace just a tad bit, a little bit more energy. Not necessarily faster, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Try it again.
Red leather, yellow leather, minimal animal,
Okay.
good blood, bad blood, 11
Benevolent.
benevolent elephants.
Nope. And what happened is you had an intrusive L right after the E here, right before the V. So it's benevolent.
Benel, benel,
Nope.
ben,
Yeah, this is tricky.
benevolent,
Benevolent.
benevolent.
Benevolent. That's better. That's better. Yeah,
11.
these are meant to be tricky. So you might have to practice that a little bit to make it solidified, It takes a little bit of time. These are some new strategies. Okay. What I'm going to do here is we got the thing I gave you a couple of the speech tips is about the what and the where and the why and the when. And so here are some resources. So this is what I always mention is the Speak with Distinction, but it's hard to find. You can find it maybe in a used bookstore. I think online they charge an exorbitant amount of money. If you can find it with a CD, that's what you want. But here's the free download Internet Archives. It's just an ebook that they've taken their original book and converted it to an ebook. It's not an audio, but it's a start, and at least it's free. I was trying to find some for you, but some of these things are really hard to find. And this Edith Skinner, she taught at Juilliard. She's very well known.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she's really well known. She's gone now, but she's really well known. And if you ever find any of her Speak with Distinction books with a CD, grab it. Grab it. I'm going to have additional online classes for and this International Phonetic. Pardon?
To call you immediately.
Pardon? Okay, the International Phonetic Alphabet with sounds. It's the chart with the sounds. That's phenomenal. Try that. And then there's going to be additional classes, and I do have, some more online classes. I'm going to do the different accents, and in fact, what I would also just mention, I'm debating. They're talking to me about having a series of 4 classes for a specific accent because you can't do it in one session. So if anybody has any preference, I'm kind of looking at either American Southern or the British received pronunciation.
I had a question. I wrote it in the Q&A regarding accents.
I'm bad at this. It's my fault. Okay.
May I ask it?
Yes, absolutely.
Can you describe
Go ahead.
Can you describe the difference between an Irish accent and a Scottish accent?
The Scots accent is that they have a different melody. The Scots is very a little harsher, and they use the wh very very strongly. And I haven't. There is a difference, and even it's like hard to describe the difference.
One of the things I say, and it's just a joke, the Irish speak with a lilt on the tip of the tongue. And
there you go.
The Scotch speak in the back of their throats.
That's a good way to put it. It's like the Americans speak in the front of the face, that use the face, the mask, and we practically spit on you. And the Indians hold it all back and talking back there. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I like that. And there are different. Even if you get to Scotland or Ireland, there are different areas that have a slightly different. It's like if you go into the U.S., I mean, we have different accents within a couple of blocks, but you have, there's a Southern accent, but there's also a Midwestern twang. Mom, I found this thing, that's a little more of a twang. And then you get down south, it's a little bit different. And then you get into Texas, like, I sure am sorry, ma'am, but it's the insurance. Everything is variable. And I know that there are people with the New Orleans accent, God help us all, that's a tough one. That's like Southern New Jersey mix. But people who are born and raised there, they can tell what block you were born on. I mean, that's how strong they are. So I'm giving you some time to copy some of these down or take a screenshot. And then I have my top 7 strategies for dynamic voice for actors. That's all free. And then if I do have a, I think
Your
this
way.
one
Your
here.
way.
I'm starting a monthly newsletter. I've already done one issue. If you don't want it, the world doesn't end. But if you're interested, let me know. I'm just going to be doing little extra tips because some people were asking about, is there more? Yeah, there's always more. And I do happen to have this is kind of fun. My youngest son he's a videographer, producer, director for the Sphere, which is in Vegas. And he works for Madison Square Garden owns the Sphere, and there's a huge company, which I had no idea. But his wife is a director, directs plays on Broadway and other places. So she's going to be giving me some, well, her last name was Tippe, T-I-P-P-E. So she's going to be giving me some insider tips, just right from a director, things that she notices about auditions and things like that. So I'm going to try to plug some of that in if it works and if she has the time. So it's kind of fun. And if you're interested, let me know. It's all free. I'm just doing this because people have been needing some extra help. So she thought I'd help. So anyway, any other questions? We're kind of out of time, but thank you for
Well,
I
thank
really appreciate
you.
all you guys. I really do. I
Well,
get a
we
kick out of this.
appreciate you.
Really good.
Thank
Much
you.
appreciated.
I just, it's like I just want to help. And I'm going to tell you something. You have to give yourself a pat on the back, all of you, for taking these classes and doing things like this instead of sitting home watching TV and eating potato salad on the couch.
That seems good.
There is some good potato salad, but
Like my
it's
potato.
it's good to take chances, even if you never become like a megastar, superstar. It doesn't matter. Go do something. That's the other thing I tell some of my clients too is learn to do something else. Like a couple of my boys know how to juggle. I'm learning. I'm up to one ball. I can do so. Do something. But what I can do is I was president of my fencing team at Oakland University. So learn something. Learn how to ride a horse. Learn how to do something else that'll give you confidence. And you never maybe get cast in a western. Who knows? The, do a little something else that will kind of give you a little boost too. But the fact that you're doing this is tremendous. It really is. You just got to give yourself some pats on the back for it. But I will let you go. And but thank you so much. And
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
rest of your evening.
thanks.
Thank you
Have a
so
great
much.
Great.
bye now. Have a
Good night.
good
Bye-bye.
night.
Take
I sent
care.
you a
Bless you
text.
all.
Okay, take care.
I
I
sent
gotta
you a
figure out
text.
close.
Oh,
Close
good
this.
night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Good